Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you work, money just slips through your fingers, or that you have to struggle to survive while others seem to attract wealth effortlessly? The truth is, money is not just paper, it's energy, and just like any other form of energy, it flows where it's aligned. Today, I want to shift the way you see money because when you start working with money as a frequency rather than a struggle, everything changes. So let's get into it. Let's start with what is money and why does it control us? At some point, we all collectively agreed that money determines our self-worth, our sense of security, and our success. In reality, money is just an exchange of energy. It's a reflection of what we value and where we place our focus. So the real question isn't how do I get money? It's how do I shift my frequency to allow money to effortlessly flow into my life? This is what we're going to break down in the video. So first, I want to talk a little bit about why wealth doesn't guarantee happiness. And I know a lot of people often say money does buy happiness. In some cases, this is true, but we find that there are a lot of people who obtain large amounts of wealth and are still very, very miserable. That's because wealth is simply a magnifier of what's already within. So if you communicate wealth from a place of lack, fear, or greed, it won't bring you any peace. But if you approach money as a tool for growth, service, and alignment, it'll bring opportunities, freedom, and the ability to give and receive freely. We then want to recognize how we can make the shift from a scarcity mindset into an abundance mindset. So if money is energy, then the way that you think about it determines how it flows into your life. If you constantly think, I don't have it, or I'm broke, that's exactly what the universe is going to reflect back to you. The universe is always going to give you what you put out. It's going to meet you halfway, and it's going to finish your thoughts essentially and bring them down into the 3D. So although your bank account may be saying something differently, you constantly want to remain in the vibration of, I have this, it's coming to me, I am abundant. And then you'll begin to see the 3D manifestation of that come into your reality. So here are some practical steps to begin shifting your money energy. First thing you want to do is to recognize your current money beliefs and where they come from. A lot of the times this is deeply rooted in our childhoods and we don't really have an idea of where this might have come from. We may have heard our mom or our dad say, oh, we don't have it, we're broke, or we're poor. And this idea just constantly was perpetuated into your belief system, programming you to believe that you were broke or poor, when in reality, we are such abundant beings. So recognizing your current money beliefs and where they come from is going to be a crucial step in helping you to reframe those beliefs into a much more abundant mindset. So the second thing is to reframe your mindset from lack to opportunity. There are opportunities all around us, and you have to be able to recognize when an opportunity presents itself to help you achieve the abundance that you desire. And it may not come in the form of money per se, but it may be an opportunity of growth, an opportunity of freedom, an opportunity of expanding your experiences, which can then lead to a feeling of abundance and further down the line, physical money. The second step is to align with your purpose. What do you truly love doing? A lot of the times what I find is that when people start stepping into what it is that they truly love, the abundance tends to follow in some form or the other, and it comes in so many different ways. Just as when you are observing opportunities around you, this is a great way to start getting more into the energy of money and aligning with the energy of money. Is when you're doing something you love, the abundance just naturally follows. And lastly, step number 4 is to take action. Money follows aligned movement, not just intention. So I can have an idea of what it is that I want to do, but without me actually taking the steps towards that, again, meeting the universe halfway, I will not be able to see the abundance that I desire. And so making a plan based on my passions and taking the steps, and over time I will see that my actions are met with abundance, and in this case, aligning me with the energy of money. Let's go a little bit deeper into finding your purpose and allowing money to flow to you. This is something that I think a lot of people forget. They sometimes chase money, and you hear the sayings all the time, like, I'm chasing the bag. Why would you ever want to chase something that is naturally abundant in all forms and is there for you and ready for you to receive? One of the fastest ways to shift into financial alignment is to find your purpose. And there's so many tools out there that you can do this with. You can use the Japanese Ikigai method. I will put a screenshot of another method that I found really useful I'll probably make another video on how I use this diagram to help me in my own personal journey. The universe will always fund what is aligned with your highest purpose. And I know this from firsthand, from personal experience. There have been so many times where I've had an idea to do something that was so aligned with my purpose, and I simply had no idea how I was going to get the funds to do so. I've also seen it happen with many of my friends. And one of the things is, if you put it out there into the universe, you know, the saying, ask and you shall receive, it's very, very real, especially in this instance. If there is something you desire to do, the universe will provide you with the tools, the resources, the people, the connections, the networks that you need to make it happen. And so this is where that mindset shift comes into play. Instead of focusing on the lack of that thing that you desire, focus on the thing that you desire itself. And you will begin to see circumstances and experiences come towards you that align you and push you towards that goal. One practical thing that you can do right now is to ask yourself, what would I do if money weren't involved? What's something that you absolutely love doing? And it can look like traveling, it could look like baking, it could look like just being, it can look like teaching in a third world country, it could look like being a doctor, or just being an artist. Whatever that looks like for you, imagine that, and imagine that money was no object. Could you start doing that today? Could you create a life where you were doing just that and trust and have faith that the money will follow? So that brings us to the last point, and this is how to actually step into this financial flow. This is your action plan. This is you taking action and meeting the universe halfway. So to put it all together, here's a simple roadmap to help you align with financial abundance. Step number 1, take inventory of your life. What do you love to do? What don't you love to do? What drains you? Write all of this down. Next, number 2 is to write down your goals. This could be your financial goals, your personal goals, your spiritual goals, defining your vision. This step alone has been so powerful for me, and I've made a few other videos on how I've done this and how I've manifested a life of peace and a life of abundance and a life of ease using these exact methods of simply writing down my goals and making a plan and taking action towards it. Step number 3 is making a plan and taking action. The way that this looks is you don't want to do everything all at once. You want to make sure that you break down your goals into bite-sized chunks. Start today, even if it's small. If the goal is to change your appearance and change the way you look and change the way you feel, start small. What's one thing that you can do today that will help you towards that goal? And step 4 is to trust and align. This is so important because I think a lot of the times people have goals and intentions. However, they forget the part of having faith and knowing and trusting that they are going to achieve their goals, because I have a firm belief that we don't have the desires that we have for no reason. They're there because we know somewhere in our vibration that we're able to achieve these goals, especially when it comes to aligning with the energy of money. This can flow to you in many different ways. This can flow to you in the form of an opportunity. This can flow to you in the form of losing a friend or losing someone that you thought was a crucial part of your journey, but then you realize that this needed to happen in order to free you up, in order for you to see the other opportunities and abundance all around you. So trusting the process means allowing and aligning with what is for your highest purpose. To summarize, money is simply a tool. It's a mirror to reflect what's already within us. And I will probably make more videos about what this means exactly, but when you are aligned in what it is that you want to do, the abundance will flow to you, and money is just a way to allow more of that play into your life. The way I like to think about it is, right now in my life, I feel as though I am just a giant kid with adult resources, and that's what it should feel like. It should feel as though you're able to do more of the things that bring out your curiosity and your creativity and bring inspiration into your life, however that looks for you. So we need to be able to shift from a mindset of lack into a mindset of abundance so that we can begin to see that money is not an object, money is just energy. And if we allow it, it'll flow freely to us. So when we shift our perspective, align with our purpose, and take action, abundance naturally flows. What's your biggest belief about money that you are working on shifting today?